Nice.
Yeah. Well, man, I love your story. I'm looking forward to getting into it. So again, thank you for taking a minute out.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So let's dive in. And before we get into your work, I know we're all getting tired of talking about COVID, but it was such a big event for all of us.
Yeah.
How did you survive that time period, and how has it changed or influenced the way that you do things now?
As a person or as a company?
Probably both. I'm sure the Venn diagram bleeds into itself.
Yeah, yeah. So as a person, we had I mean, with all the difficulties, we know enough close people that lost parents and brothers and sisters. So it was a very difficult time from that standpoint. But as a family, we actually had pretty good time. We went a few months in. We left on a road trip for about a month, right? Because I said, why would I sit here home if I can move around and do things with my kids and with my wife and make it into a good experience? So we had actually, we had an amazing time. And also as a person, in the beginning of COVID, when I saw everybody is shrinking, right? Everybody is getting into their own corner and being scared. The question that I kept asking myself is, how can I add more value, right? How can I show up for my franchisees, for my team, for my family, and try to see it in a positive way? How can we make something much, much better out of it? So I end up writing 3 books, making videos, and creating a series that's called Get Out of the Truck, right? Where I can help people in the home service industry really how to get out of the truck, because I'm recognizing a lot of people just getting stuck in the truck while they really want to build the business that they dreamed of. And as a company, we had the same approach of, listen, we as a company, we want to bring more certainty to our communities, to our families, and on and on. So we created that momentum. And as a company that do water, mold, and fire, we shifted a few things and we created that offering of sanitation, right? So now we can back to a lot of our commercial clients and says, listen, we can do the sanitation work for you. So
Yeah.
it's really end up being a great revenue source for us as a company. So overall, COVID with all the difficulties end up being actually a pretty good experience.
So let's get to the heart and soul of what you do on a daily basis. I'm going to put you in front of a bunch of third grade students at career day, and one of the kids is curious and says, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" How do you answer them?
I every morning really seeing who is it on my team that need help, right? So I'll tell them that I moved from the CEO. How would I say it to a third grade? That's a good question, because I need to keep it super simple.
Yeah.
Um, Really working with my team every day. And whoever need help, doesn't matter if he's answering the phone or selling or offering something, I will jump in and help, right? So really working with people and helping people achieve their goals. That's really what I do.
So what did you want to be in the third grade? What was your dream?
Probably police officer, firefighter. Yeah, I want to be in uniform.
Yeah.
I want to do something good for my people, for my country.
I get it. I wanted to be a police officer too. So let me ask you this. Take me back to where you were born and raised, and how were these foundational seeds of leadership and business woven into who you've evolved into
Oh,
today?
good questions.
Okay.
Um, so I was born in a small farm in the south part of Israel called Mushav Dekel, with about 48 families, and each family had about 5 acres of land in the back of their house. And we grew anywhere from tomatoes, cucumbers, flowers, apples, just farmers, right? So very, I mean, I was barefoot most of my childhood, right? The hitchhiking to go to school type of environment, very free, very open. But we learn the discipline of to get up in the morning. We need to take care of our, fields. We need to make sure that we pick in the tomatoes, watering the cucumbers, and on and on and on. So I think it gave a lot of ownership and responsibility of we need to get up and do it, because otherwise there's nobody else that will get up and do it. And I remember some nights when there was a hard rain or something else with weather-wise that forced us to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go and take care of the strawberries, for example, and stuff like that. So there was a lot of hard work and responsibility, but also because as a farmer, you are independent, right? So it's our responsibility to, bring all the tomatoes and cucumbers and take them to the market and sell them. So I saw the entire process from putting a seed in, nurturing it, seeing the process of everything grows, and then going through the process and pick it up, put it in the right containers, and then sell it. So I think that was great part. And yeah, there was a strong sense of there's just things that we need to do.
Yeah.
Right? Things that don't happen by themselves. Like I saw my dad every morning get up, go to the field, do everything that he needs to do, come at the end of the day, and just, in a way, hard work, fulfilling work. Yeah, the sense of responsibility is what's keep coming up to me because I saw it from a young age. Like if we're not going to get up and do it, it's not going to get up. Done. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So who's been a hero for you? Who's been that inspiration in your life?
Ooh. I think just different as a different time, right? Is as a kid seeing my dad taking care of everything, right? Showing us the responsibility. But it kept changing because when as I said before, when I was as a farmer, right? The goal, hopefully, because also my family went through a lot of ups and downs, right? So we made some money, we lost everything, we made some money, lost everything, and then we pretty much lost everything. So my goal as a younger age was hopefully one day I'm going to be able to buy a house.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to work and I'm going to serve my country and maybe one day I'm going to buy a house. And then as I grew up and I met other people that made more money and saw more success, I'm like, okay, maybe I can do more than just buying a house. Right. And then I met different people through my service and some of the people like, okay, Dan, you can do a lot more. Right. Because I came from a small farm. I didn't really think about the world, right? I was very, and then as I finished the service in the Israeli army, it was I still wanted to do something for my country, and something ended up not working out. And one of my friends is like, "We're gonna go to the U.S." Like U.S. I never really thought about it. Like yeah, U.S. in America, every house come with a pool, easy to make a lot of money. Let's go out there. We're not gonna go to school anywhere. We're not gonna go to university. So let's just get out of here, right? And then I came here, and then I'm reading book like Rich Dad Poor Dad and other books, and Warren Buffett, and here, and then my head really start. Wow, okay, there is a world of possibilities out there. I can really make things happen, right? So the heroes keep changing based on, oh wow, I can do more. Oh wait, there's more opportunities out here. And then when I went through my process of kind of my own evolution, then it kept changing and changing.
So if you could meet one person alive on the planet right now that you find fascinating and just see how they operate or ask some questions, who would that be?
Oof. Probably would be very good to spend some time with Elon Musk. Very curious to sit with him and hear his mind, but have really more of a personal conversation. Um, yeah, because it's something that is creating amazing stuff, but it's just really hearing his mind, really seeing, having a conversation and getting more insight in the way he sees the world.
So what gets you up every day? What's your driving force to get up and to do this work that you do and also to evolve as a human being? What is that collective gas in your tank?
Today, I understand that we are not who we think we are, right? I went through a process and I understand that, we have thoughts and patterns, and we're basically most of our life until we wake up, we're just lost in these patterns and we're not even seeing the reality in front of us. So for me, waking up in the morning is like, okay, we're here. It's just exciting to be. That's really what gets me. It's not, it's become such a process for me that it's just exciting to be, right? The opportunity right now that I have to speak with you. That's now, okay, wow, I get to experience that right now, right? And sense of a mission in a way of bringing that, right? So a small thing as, I'm sitting with my kids in the car as I'm driving to school, right? Just being there with them, right? Bringing that attitude, bringing that approach when I meet with my team, when I do different things. And I think my experience, just being in, I think business, creating businesses, working with people is such a blessing. Like I get to work with a team and we can talk and come up with different ideas of how we're going to improve and impact our franchisees' life and our clients' life. I have the opportunity to work with different people on technology side and create some tools that will help people do their job better. Wow. I'm involved now with another project that we're creating something that I think will be a huge game changer in the health space. So I'm sitting there, wow, I can work with this team. We can come up with some stuff. There's a brilliant guy that came up with this idea of a formula, and now we can bring it to the market and really help people get healthier. This is a blessing.
Yeah. So what's the best advice you've ever gotten?
Oof. I don't have an advice that comes up to my mind, but I think the best thing that ever happened to me is spending time with people that saw in me more than what I saw in myself.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah, totally.
So I think that is if I'm looking at the past, since I'm young, I was lucky enough to have enough people around me that were able to see more in me than I saw in myself.
Yeah.
I think this is the people. This is the big thing that um, really I see how it's impacting people in general, but it was a huge impact on me because I came from a small place, very shy, very closed off, and I was lucky enough to have people that says, "Oh no, Idan, no, you can do a lot more. I can see it in you." I'm like, really? Okay.
What kind of culture shock was it to come from Israel to America?
Oh, eh, I just had a conversation about it the other day. One is, when it comes from Israel, just in a simple way, we're very, especially here in LA, right? So we're very direct. We'll say how we feel. We'll say the way it is. We didn't have all the fluff around it, right? I'm not saying it is good or bad, right? There's beautiful things in both of every culture, have its beautiful thing, right? So that was very weird for me in the beginning because people were so nice. I'm like, wow. But then the follow-up was not there,
Yeah.
right? So we'll say, yeah, so great to meet you, and you're so nice, and here and there, and then 2 days after, nothing, crickets.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, okay, what's going on here? Why I'm getting that in the first minute, and then it took me time to understand, like, okay, there is this niceness. I just need to get used to it. I need to understand the culture. So that's one. The second part, when you come here as an immigrant, I'm like, this is land of opportunities.
Mhm.
Like, wow, I can just walk to a dealership, put $1,000 down and pay $300 a month and I have a car? No way. I can just go to the bank, set up a bank account and then deposit some money and then I can have credit? No way. So the system here really supports you. Like I can go down to the city and open a business. In 48 hours, I can have a business open. What?
Yeah.
This is crazy. From where I came from, it takes probably 10 years to buy a car, right? To get a line of credit from the bank is a headache. And for me to open a business, I mean, I just traveled and I met some of my friends and they're working 6 months to set up their business. And this is now 20 something years after I left.
Yeah.
Right? So like simple thing. And when I'm sitting with people that grew up here and we talk about opportunities and I'm hearing them complaining, oh, it's very hard here and things take time and the system is not friendly and the system take advantage of you. I'm like, okay, you guys don't understand what's happening around the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a big shock for me when I'm sitting with people and they're complaining and that's not working and this is hard and here and there. And I'm here for 2 years and I'm already built a business and I'm taking advantage. I'm not taking advantage. I'm really working with the platform, working with
Sure.
with what America is offering.
Yeah. So, of everything that you've done and evolved into and accomplished in your life, what are you the proudest of?
I think when I look at the people that came into my life, where they were and where they are today, right? So I think at one point is our ability to add values to people' life, right? Add value means, the CEO of our company, her name is Miri, amazing person. We've been working together now for over 15 years. She started as a secretary. She's now the CEO of the company, right? So I have uh, different people that came into to my life, to what I do at a certain point, and then I was able to have a positive impact, meaningful relationship, right, and really see people thrive and grow. And it doesn't have to be in the business; it can be in many different things, right? So, being married for 18 years, a beautiful relationship, three beautiful kids, healthy. I mean, I just yeah.
Yeah.
So, just be able to um be value in other people. I think the end of the day is when I'm looking at, many years ago, I had these big goals that I want to achieve and I want to make X amount of money. And you get there and you look around, so it's like, okay, that was exciting. What's next?
Yeah. Yeah, for
Right? You
sure.
get to the thing, and okay, but when you start seeing your impact in people and the relationship and the intimacy that you create with people, like, okay, that's really had so much to our life.
So you'd kind of touched on this earlier on about perceptions of us versus what other people have. So I'm going to ask you this. Everyone has a perception of you, family, friends, clients, but you run the show. What's your perception of you? Who do you think you are?
I think I think overall, just excited about life and really seeing that my ability to evolve. I think that's really, and this show up in different ways in through different time. I think that's really. I don't think that I'm necessarily great at this or that. I just think I was excited to go through this process of life and evolve and be available for people. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that each one of us come to the world in a kind of with his own energy imprint,
Yep.
right? And what we do is we move from the lower frequency to the higher frequency, from the victimhood to the gifts of life,
Yeah.
right? So I just see myself as somebody that excited to move up
Yeah.
because I see and I feel the difference. Beside that, whatever how things happen.
It's like the video game of life for sure. Um, so
Absolutely.
so if anyone wants to reach out, learn more, hire you, any of the good business, how can they do that?
Yeah, so LinkedIn is a good place. Just Idan Shpizear. My name is unique enough, right? So for my name to come up. And if you want to get more involved, there is 911restoration.com. This is where, if you're looking for franchise opportunity or anything else. And for people in the home service industry, there is Get Out of the Truck. If they want to learn, share my kind of I created that project I share with you where I created videos and books and stuff to really for people to get out of the truck. I'm seeing so many great people just getting stuck at a certain place in their life and they don't know how to evolve out of it, and it
Yeah.
become 40 years of just working in the truck and getting exhausted and life just starting to feel heavy. And I'm seeing it every day. I'm like, listen, if you just evolve, you can get out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Idan, this has been wonderful. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your
Absolutely.
energy. Thank you for your story. I appreciate it.
Thank you. It's great to meet you.
Great to meet you. Best of luck.